In this video, I'm giving a classic puzzle a fun twist that I think is on target. If you've ever sat down at a Cracker Barrel, then you've probably played that little peg game that sits on the table. Well, I thought, hey, what if I swapped those little golf tees for something a little bit more country? So I made one using bullet casings instead. And don't worry, they're totally safe. No powder, no primers, nothing that goes bang. I think it makes a great gift, and I might even try to start selling these. The best I've ever done is leaving just 2 bullets on the board. How about you guys? When you play this game, have you ever got it down to just 1 peg? If you have, leave a comment below because I want to know.
So all you need to start making these is a strip of 5-inch wood. It just has to be at least 5 inches wide. This is just a leftover piece from a cutout I made from a sign, and it's made out of beech. But this could just be a pine board you get from a big box store, or really just anything. But this is going to work great. To make the triangles, you want to set your miter saw at 30 degrees. You can do this on the table saw too with the miter gauge. The chop saw is pretty easy. Just make sure when you're cutting out the triangles that your piece is supported by the backrest. So just be careful of which way your miters turn compared to how you're doing your cut, so your fingers don't get too close to the blade. And all we need to do is just make perfect triangles using this blade, and we can cut out several off of one board here. So now you can either change your miter saw over, or you can just flip the board over, line it up, and make your cut. And there you have a nice triangle. And you just can keep going, flip it over again, make another cut. And just like that, in just a few minutes, you have several perfect triangles cut out, ready to start drilling the holes. Okay, so now we're going to use the template. So you can print this out. I'll put a link below, and you can go to my website and download this for free. And you can print this out, and I made it to size. You can see that it's the right size for this. And so we can cut this out and tape the template right on the piece of wood, and that way we can drill our holes in the right spot. If you were doing a bunch of these in the same size, you could probably make a drill jig that you could use, but for this we're just going to use this template, and we're just going to cut it out. I'm just going to cut it out on the outside of the lines and leave about a 1/2 inch or so. It doesn't really matter. Just kind of cut that out, and then we're just going to line it up where the black lines line up to the triangle and fold it over. And then I'll just take some tape and just hold it in place so it doesn't move around on me. We'll be taking this off before we drill, so we just need to hold it in place as we mark our holes. Okay, so now we have the template on, and it lines up, the edges line up with the edges of the wood. And then I use a punch, and you can see on my template I have crosshairs right in the dead center of the hole. So it's really important that we line up the holes just right. And so I use a spring-loaded punch. You can use really any kind of punch to mark the center hole, so when you go to drill it, that center bit finds center just perfectly. And so I just lay this down, and this is spring-loaded. This is a really nice punch. It's really inexpensive. Again, I put a link below to everything I use in my videos, so if you want to check it out, I use this all the time. So I just put this right in the crosshairs and just push down, and I'll put a nice dent in the wood right where so the drill bit can find center. And I'll just mark those really quick. And now you can see that all the holes are pre-marked. And you can just reuse this template over and over again. When it finally wears out, just print a new one. All it costs you is a piece of paper. So you have two different types of drill bits, or at least I do. So you have the standard split point drill bit, which kind of gives a round bottom when you drill, and then you have a brad point. Hopefully you can see these. It's kind of hard to focus this close. But the silver one here is the brad point. So it gives a very flat bottom. It has a little point at the bottom, but that doesn't affect it. I found that when you're using bullets as pegs, it fits better in the flat point, so the bullets don't tip sideways. So this is the drill bit I will be using. I got the depth stop set on the drill press, so I don't drill all the way through the material. I go about halfway. And so now all I need to do is just line up the brad point with the little indents I already made and drill all my holes. Once it's all sanded, I'm just going to put on some Danish oil. You can put on whatever finish you want. I might pour a little bit down here just so it gets in the holes. That's what I like about Danish oil or other kinds of oils. You can just kind of soak it in there and then wipe it off, and it looks pretty good. Okay, we'll let that dry and then it should be ready to go.
Adding a personal touch to your projects like laser engraving doesn't just make them more meaningful, it also makes them worth more. People love buying gifts that are custom made, and I'm lucky enough to have a laser engraver that lets me slap names, dates, jokes, sayings, just about anything that you can think of on my projects. Even a small personalization can make a big difference to somebody. If you've enjoyed this video, or at least didn't hate it, hit that like button. It really helps me out way more than you think. And drop a comment down below. I read and reply to every single one, and I really enjoy reading all your comments. So thanks for watching my video, and we'll see you next time.